What up? What up? So I think I'm getting away from the motivational Mondays because I looked it up and it's like 100 motivational Mondays, and I didn't do nothing last week because I was trying to figure out kind of what I was gonna do, if I was gonna even keep doing a little motivational thing, because I wanted it to be for the book, something that was gonna motivate me to keep going to do the book, which I'm still doing, but with everything going on, whether it be the virus, whether it be everything going on in the streets, or probably wherever you from, almost guaranteed it's going down close to you. At least you can probably drive to it. Um, I figured I'll stop playing old ones and I'll just go for that week, and we gonna call it the strongly motivation. I wanted to do a weekly motivation, but I don't want to do no week motivation. So we're gonna call it the strongly motivation. So this is the first episode of strongly motivation. And when I say strongly, sometimes I really mean strong, sometimes I really mean weekly. But it's up to you to figure out what I'm saying when I'm saying what I'm saying when I'm saying it. And I just figured, I'm sitting here vibing out, just actually about to do some writing, listening to some music. I own the copyrights to that, so I can't get no infringements. Having me a drink on my day off, my night off, this is like my Sunday. So it's my Monday. It's like 8:15 West Coast time. They're in the streets of Hollywood right now as I'm speaking. And I just want y'all to know, don't get caught up in the division, man. Don't get caught up in the picking sides and choosing sides. In all reality, there should be one side, and that one side should be right. And if you standing on the side of right or righteousness, or however you want to phrase that, then that's the side you should choose. And if you're on the side of right or righteousness, then it's a way to go about that. Don't get caught up in these politics. It's a voting season. Black lives do matter. This is, I thought about something this morning, that the only time that the black community really gets any attention is every 4 years when it's voting season. Then it's all these, we're concerned about the black community, and then as soon as that person gets voted in, you don't hear nothing about the black community for 4 more years. And every 4 years that go by, these murders are occurring. There's been a few cases where the person was prosecuted, but it's just at a time where, and when you look at the TV, if you're out there, especially, I'm not out there, I commend anybody that's out there, any race, that's doing the right thing. People are fed up. It's not just black people. It's people are fed up. This is America. How can we go to work and coexist and live with one another if we know that the cards are unbalanced? It's hard to, as a white person, it's hard to have a black friend when you know that these tables is unbalanced and these scales is weighed out in my favor, but yet we can be lottie-dottie on the weekend and have a Coke and a smile and pretend that this ain't going on. So I am so proud of everybody, not just white people, Hispanics, Asians, the ones that's out there for the right cause. I know it's a lot of people that's out there just trying to get on TV, trying to push a whole nother agenda that's even intentionally taken away from the agenda this that the people are really protesting for. I stand with peaceful protests. I'm not advocating no violence, but at the same time, when you think about it, what do people got to do after? I mean, it's not even, because you can listen to Richard Pryor, you can listen to, watch movies in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. There's always an undertone of black people and I don't even want to say movies. I really want to say comedy because you find a lot of truth in comedy, and you go back to the early days of comedy, and it was always talked about how we, and I say we as in black or other nations of color, um, are brutalized. I don't want to say unjustly, blah blah blah. We're brutalized by the police system, and I just want those that acknowledge it. You know, as I'm seeing the signs right now, it's the, you know, it gives me chills when I see those signs because I as a kid I grew up very diverse, so I really thought that racism was something that, you know, died with Martin Luther King and JFK. That's what I was taught in school, and the kids that I grew up with and, you know, went to school with, played sports with. I thought that these were things that are, you know, like I say, the 60s, early 70s. You know, as you get older, you start learning and doing your research and figuring out, hey, this being, especially when it started happening to you. But at what point do you say the protest can't be peaceful? Because that's what they advocate. They have it just, oh, just only peaceful protests and blah blah blah. Oh, what will Martin Luther King do right now? You know, and I just think that that's the biggest slap in the face to put Martin Luther King in this conversation, because that was shit 60 years ago. And we're still fighting the same fight 60 years ago. So to continue to fight the same fight in the same manner and we're not getting no progress would kind of be lunacy. You know, it's the definition of insanity. So I'm not advocating non-peaceful protests, but at the same time, what does it take other than for it to be every 4 years and it to be voting season, and then somebody cares about black people for like 30 minutes? And don't give me this, if you're black, you should vote for me, or don't vote for that person. If we really want change, this is all I gotta say. We got 4 years because we can't do nothing right now. We got the next two candidates and they both suck, just like the last two sucked. We got 4 years. As a people, we gotta do what we have to do. It ain't about this presidency and who's in office right now. We gotta do something to get some real candidates in the next 4 years. Because I can't go 4 more years or 8 more years with the same old type of president that we've been having for, and don't give me that Barack shit, because Barack was the same old president we've been having for 45 presidents now. So we got 4 years to get some real candidates on both sides, Republican, Democrat. Let's get some real candidates. If y'all keep voting for these dump turds, then we gonna stay in the situation. Let's get some real candidates. I'm out.